How to start a drop servicing agency in 5 easy steps. This video is exactly for that. Let's jump on my computer and talk about it right now. And they're paying thousands of dollars every single month, year after year, to agencies. You know, they're not going to pay you that unless they have a written contract. In an agency model, you simply cannot charge very little money. But in some countries, this is a lot of money. So first of all, guys, this is a simple drop servicing explanation, okay? And I'm gonna show you real numbers right now so you can understand how drop servicing works and also what is the difference between you working with a drop servicing supplier on your own versus a drop servicing agency. And also, spoiler alert, one of the main differences is you can earn a lot more money and a lot more profit, guys. Okay, so this guy will make you a website for your client for $500. This is not cheap, okay, but I wanted to find the exact same number just to illustrate how this works. And I'm very shortly going to talk about how drop servicing model works in the traditional sense, and then I'm going to explain how the agency model is actually different, okay? So here's the thing, guys. Imagine we get a client. Let's say this client is Sarah. Sarah is from the US or UK or Australia, and Sarah pays us $1,000, okay? She needs to get a website done for her fashion boutique. Okay, so she has a physical store and she wants to have a website. So we make a website for her using this supplier. He's gonna charge us $500. Let's say it is this guy, right? We buy on here. So we got 1,000 from the client. We paid 500 to the supplier. He does the job. He sends us the files, or he actually helps us to host the website on Sarah's domain name, or we can buy a domain name on behalf of her. And then we essentially retain $500 of profit, right? Once we deliver the website, once we actually hand her the files, or we give her the logins to the admin panel, you know, and the transaction is actually over. Okay, so this is the traditional drop servicing model that I talk about on so many different videos. In this specific example, this is you drop servicing on your own. You could be in your bedroom for all it matters, right? And Sarah wouldn't know. Sarah perhaps is a small business owner somewhere in the US, maybe in California. She doesn't know where you are. As long as you can deliver a good service to her, and as long as you can get Sarah as a client and get her to pay you the money, that's all good. Now, when your drop servicing business becomes an agency, at which point do you have to hire an office? Do you have to hire hundreds of employees? Do you have to, I don't know, invest in thousands of dollars into, fancy offices and stuff like that? That's not exactly how it works, guys. I personally have done drop servicing on my own as a single individual, but I've also done drop servicing as an agency because I'm reselling on so many different niches. So, you know, in some niches, it makes sense to run your drop servicing as an agency. In other niches, it could be you portraying yourself as a just simple freelancer. Now, what is the main difference between drop servicing on your own and drop servicing as an agency? For example, if we talk about web design, again, web development, web design, custom websites and stuff like this, almost always you need to have your own website. Okay, so you need to have a portfolio website in order to get clients, almost always. I'm not saying it's impossible to get web design clients without having your own website, but it doesn't make sense. Look, if you are providing web design service and you don't have your own website, it doesn't make sense, surely. If you can make websites for other people, you would have your own website. At that point, it actually makes sense to run it as an agency. So this is one case where you would want to be portrayed as an agency, is when you focus on web design niche. You know, for example, with YouTube video editing, TikTok video editing, Instagram video editing, it's absolutely perfectly normal to not have a website of any kind. You could have your portfolio on YouTube and send that link to potential clients to review. They could watch your portfolio on YouTube. They could watch your portfolio on Instagram. You don't have to have a website. But you see, I'm telling you, if you are in the web design niche, and also if you want to go after high value, high ticket clients, you kind of have to have your own website. And also your company should look like it's an agency. Perhaps you should also incorporate a business. So you should have, your company's information like registration number, VAT number, or tax numbers and stuff like that. This is, guys, essentially how an agency looks like. So you have a website, you have your company information. So you're not just an individual, you have a company, right? And you have some company information on the website and also anywhere else. So when you're sending an email, in the signature, you could have the company information, the registered address, the company registration number, and stuff like that. Once you have all of this information, then people feel a lot more safe buying $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 website design from you. But that's not the only difference, guys. So first of all, if I just explained to you that if you want to go into web design niche and do it properly, you need to have your own website with your portfolio. So if you approach a client, you can show them some examples of your work portfolio on your own website. But having your own website means you have to have your own custom domain name. Then you have to have your own custom email address. So for example, info@webdesignservices.com or something like that. It's just an example. But you see what I mean? So if you're approaching somebody from a Gmail and you want them to pay you 2, 3, 4, 5K for a web design, and you're approaching them from Gmail, it doesn't really work. It's not the same as approaching people for video editing. It's a different niche. In web design, you kind of have to look like an agency. But guys, there's another major difference. So essentially, I was talking about up to this point how you look like an agency. But when do you actually become an agency? So as I said, you pretty much have to incorporate a company. Okay, in some countries, you can incorporate as a single person, as a self-employed person, however it is called in your country. But the point is, you have to register with your government. You have to have your company number, right? You have to have a VAT number or tax number and display that information everywhere. And the main differences, guys, that you are not going to be doing this on your own. In this example, as you can see, there is freelancer, there is a client, and this is you. But if you're a single individual, you can only work on so many clients and so many projects. For example, I'm showing you some really good niches that a lot of people are utilizing within the drop servicing business model. For example, video editing, copywriting, website development, content writing, guest blogging, social media management, SEO, and graphic design. So imagine that this is your drop servicing agency, right? And you want to work in all of these 8 niches. Can you actually do that? Like, it's impossible, right? Because as a single individual, you can really work with maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 clients at a time. And that is it. Like this, realistically, you just simply cannot work with more clients, okay? And here I'm talking about 8 niches. You could have 10 clients here, 10 clients here, 20 clients here. You know what I mean? So in general, you could have 100 clients, right? It's impossible to work on your own. Even if you're utilizing suppliers like freelancers, it is still impossible to work with 100 clients. And why is that? Because you have to check work, you have to check quality, you have to pay the freelancers, you have to receive money from clients, you have to check everything, you have to manage the process. It takes time. Managing this process is actually not that easy. It takes time. Of course, guys, it looks very simple on this diagram, but realistically, when the client pays you this $1,000, let's just say your freelancer is delaying. For example, we bought from this guy 14 days delivery, right? And your client, you said to your client, it's going to take 14 days. And let's say on day 16, this guy still hasn't delivered the website, or there is some delay or whatever. He got sick, whatever the reason. What's going to happen is this client called Sarah is going to come to you and say, look, where is my website? I paid you $1,000. Where is my website? And essentially what's going to happen is this supplier is going to find every single excuse in the world to explain why the website is not done. But it is not Sarah's problem. Sarah needs to get the website because you promised a delivery date and it is 14 days. Guys, there is a lot of nuances when you're doing it as an agency. If you have a lot of clients like Sarah, for example, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 clients, you can see the complexity is growing, and of course the profit is growing because you here in this case, if you're working with one client, you can be making $500 let's say in 2 weeks. Okay, so with this client you can make $500. Well, it sounds like $500 in 2 weeks, that's $1,000 in 1 month. Okay, if let's say we got 2 clients like Sarah in 1 month. Now if you're doing it on your own, maybe you could do 2 times more. Okay, so $2,000 of profit. That's fine. But if you want to earn, let's say 10K, right? You need to 5x the output, the clients, the suppliers, and the profit. This is just not realistic doing it on your own. It's just not realistic. 5 times output is just not realistic, okay? Unless you're doing it full time, you have no life, no family, no friends, whatever. You're just working on this business. But again, it's not sustainable. I'm telling you guys, beyond 10 clients, what you need to do is you need to start hiring people. So you need to start hiring freelancers full time, okay? And also you need to start thinking about how can you actually delegate some work to freelancers who are going to be managers, okay? This is a concept that I actually don't speak about very often on my channel because most of the people on my channel, they're looking to make, $1,000, $2,000 per month with drop servicing. They're happy with that. As long as they make 1 or 2K per month with drop servicing, they're really happy because they have some disposable income. They can buy some stuff. They can invest it into, I don't know, all kinds of different things. And they can, hopefully with time grow this income. But some people watching my videos are actually very, very serious about drop servicing business model and want to actually achieve high numbers. For example, right now I'm mentoring one girl who's from UAE, Abu Dhabi area, and she's looking to make $10,000 per month in profit after 3 months. So this is really great. I'm working with her for 3 months and I'm mentoring her. How can she grow her drop servicing agency? That's when I realized that I need to make a video for people like that who actually want to grow drop servicing business model into an agency. Okay. And this girl is really brilliant. She's super smart and I can see that she's actually looking at this as a scalable business. How can she scale this business to 10K of profit per month? In order to do that, there is a lot of different nuances, guys. And in this video, we're going to be going through a lot of different things. But essentially, the most important thing is you need to start thinking big and how can you delegate work, okay? You need to grow the team. You need to find people who are going to help you. You need to find people and pay them. We're going to do certain things. For example, if you're going to be checking the work of your freelancer every single time, then in order for you to make 10K per month, let's say you have 10 clients, each paying you $1,000 per month, okay? Then you have to check 10 different pieces of work and probably quite regularly, okay? Because if a company is paying you $1,000 per month, maybe you're delivering one website or maybe you're delivering, for example, video editing. So you have multiple videos. You constantly have to ensure that the quality is good. So you have to check the work personally yourself. Imagine if you have 10 clients, it's going to become really difficult. What I'm saying, guys, is you need to have a manager, okay? And that manager is going to be checking the quality. Of course, as with most businesses, you can start small. So you can start with just one drop servicing manager, and that manager essentially can chase payments from your clients, can pay your suppliers using your money. For example, you can put some money into PayPal and explain that, when I need to pay suppliers, please pay from this PayPal balance and stuff like this. You also can check quality from your freelancers and also send files to the clients. So essentially it is possible to automate drop servicing business model. And at that point, it starts to look like an agency, okay? And then, guys, you can hire more freelancers because your manager will be able to check it. And of course, this is super important, guys, to check quality with drop servicing. Here's the thing, guys. Drop servicing, unlike drop shipping, is not a one-time business. Usually in drop shipping, you rely on a lot of clients buying one order from you maybe in a year, or maybe they never come back. In drop servicing, ideally, you're fostering good relationships, delivering good value, and finding clients who will order from you again. In some niches like video editing, you could be working with the same client for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. For example, a YouTube channel may need video editing for as long as they do YouTube videos, So guys, here's the thing. Drop servicing is completely different business model where relationships matter and also the quality matters. If you mess up and start sending really bad quality, a lot of people can simply just think, this was good while it lasted, the quality was good, I was getting a good price, but right now the quality has gone down, I just want to quit, I just want to cancel it, I want to cancel this relationship. And a lot of clients can just run away. So you absolutely need to be sure that your quality that you're delivering from your suppliers and sending to your clients is actually of very, very good market leading quality. It is much better to actually charge more and have very good quality than charge less and have really crappy quality where your clients are just going to be like, you know what, this quality is crap. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. Now let's go back to this photo. So imagine this is our agency, and I want to talk about now how drop servicing on your own as an individual is different to drop servicing as an agency when it comes to drop servicing niches. So here's the thing, guys. Think about it logically. If I just explained to you that drop servicing agency requires to have people managing it and more suppliers, more freelancers, and also those freelancers in most cases will work full time. Because if you have work on a permanent basis, if you grew this into an agency and, for example, have permanent video editing clients, of course, you don't want to engage a video editor that's going to work on your project and also other projects, and he might not be available from time to time. You want to have a video editor that is available all the time and just for your projects, okay? We're going to talk about hiring people for a drop servicing business agency model very soon. But in this point, I want to illustrate something. It is absolutely, absolutely critical to understand that drop servicing agency model is really about high margin niches. So for example, if you find a YouTube channel that needs consistent thumbnail design, you can absolutely easily do this as a single individual, and you can, for example, charge $10 for a YouTube thumbnail and then pay $3 for a supplier to actually create that design. You're gonna pocket $7 every single time. That is fine. And if you do, for example, 50 thumbnails per month, you're gonna make $350. To some people, this is great. Getting an additional $4,200 per year of additional income, this is brilliant. Some people could buy a decent car or a decent laptop and a mobile phone. It is extra revenue, extra income. But if you want to run this as a drop servicing agency within the YouTube thumbnail niche, it's just simply not possible. The whole point of running this as a drop servicing agency is the fact that we want to earn a lot more money. As I said, the girl that I'm mentoring right now, she wants to make $10,000 of profit after 3 months every single month. That is only possible if you grow drop servicing into an agency. Otherwise, it's just not really realistic, guys, okay? Now, here's the thing. If I want to work in drop servicing as an agency model, which niches are actually suitable for me? This is a very good diagram. It just really shows the main niches. It doesn't show the sub niches. For example, social media management could include running Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads. It doesn't show that in here. Video editing could be YouTube video editing, real estate video editing, TikTok video editing, Instagram video editing. If you want to see the difference between niches and sub-niches, watch my previous YouTube video. But guys, this video is not about that. This video is about how can you actually make sure that your niche provides you enough margin to be able to hire a drop servicing agency manager and also suppliers who will work in your agency full time. So I can tell you straight away that from this diagram, the best niches are website development, search engine optimization, and also this category. But I'm not talking about organic social media management where you just post, for example, posts on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm talking about running Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube ads, paid ads, because for an ad service, it is very, very common to pay around between $1,000 to $2,000 per month. I'm talking about US rates. So if you have one client for a year paying you $2,000, that's $24,000 per year with just one client. Okay, and if the client is paying you $1,000, we're earning $12,000 per year with just one client. With website development is slightly different. Social media management, I'm talking about ads, is more a continuous monthly rolling process. Because if you're running ads for somebody, of course, you're going to be charging a monthly fee for running those ads, optimizing, giving reports to your clients, and also trying to optimize the ads in order to bring better results. It is one thing to just launch a Google ad or Instagram ad, Facebook ad. It is another thing to then optimize it, because I've ran a lot of different ads for all kinds of clients and also for my own companies. And I know that Facebook ads have a shelf life. What I mean by that is one ad could be performing extremely well in a certain audience, and in another audience, it might perform really bad. Or after some time, people get really bored of the same ad and you have to change the ad. You have to change the copy. You have to change the image. So guys, running Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Google ads, it has a shelf life. You need to renew those ads. You need to reconsider some things. So that's why people are charging, management fees. If you're running ads on behalf of somebody, and stuff like this, not only they paying for those ads to Google, Facebook, but also they're paying the fees for you. And this is usually, as I said, a monthly charge. This model is very, very suitable for an agency model. And also when I'm talking about this, I'm essentially talking about SMMA. And a lot of people are really hyped up about SMMA business model. I even have a video on my channel about SMMA business model from almost a year ago. And a lot of people are hyped up about SMMA, but they don't realize that drop servicing is actually above SMMA, because SMMA is just one point of drop servicing. In drop servicing, you can do SMMA, you can do web development, copywriting, video editing, and SMMA is just usually organic and paid social media management. SMMA is just a branch of drop servicing. Now, website development is a slightly different niche, which is also very, very suitable for a drop servicing agency model. In website development niche, it is absolutely normal to charge $2,000, $3,000, or even $5,000 to make a website on WordPress, Magento, Shopify, and similar kinds of platforms. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. How can you profit from that? And also, is this model different from this model? Because here we're talking about a monthly charge, and here it's slightly different. Okay, with web development, most of the time, you're going to create a website for a client, let's say a local business, restaurant, beauty salon, dental clinic, law practice, accountancy, all kind of local businesses. Let's just say you get $4,000. Let's just come back to this example. $4,000 is paid to you by your clients. You go to here and let's say you use the same supplier. You're gonna make $3,500, right? This is your profit. Okay, this is a huge profit that in some countries provides couple or 3 months worth of living expenses. Okay, maybe not in the US, but in some countries this is a lot of money. right? But here's the thing, guys. With this money, this client is not going to pay us $4,000 the next month and the next month and the next month. And here they are doing that. Okay, so they're paying a monthly management fee. With website development, it is slightly different. Usually, you just get the money in one go. That's why you don't want to sell these websites for cheap. If you find a good client in the US, for example, it could be, as I said, a local business, let's say a beauty salon, a spa or something like that. If they don't have a website, or if they have an average looking website that is just not really good, you can, of course, offer them to create a website, but don't make it super cheap for them. Okay, if they are in California, if they are in San Francisco, if they are in New York, Colorado, Chicago, the major metropolitan areas, you don't want to be charging less than, I don't know, 2, 3, 4K for making that website, regardless of what everyone else is charging. We're talking about an agency model. In an agency model, you simply cannot charge very little money. It is better for you to get less clients and make, as I said, let's say $3,500 per client per order, right? Then you reducing the prices, getting more clients, and having a lot of headache, because your manager is gonna come to you and say, oh, this is happening right now. What should I do? This is happening right now. What should I do? This supplier is late. For example, supplier is calling in sick. For example, this client is late on paying their, service fee, whatever. All these kind of issues happen once you start growing it and once you have more clients. It is all manageable, but I don't want you guys to have a ton of clients and not being able to make a bunch of money. Because why are we growing drop servicing into an agency? We don't want to make $1,000 or $2,000 of profit. As I said, this model is about making at least 5K to 10K per month. If you're not making 5 to 10K per month with this model, with this drop servicing agency model, after all of this complexity is there, once you have more staff, people are full-time in your company. And by the way, guys, when I'm talking about full-time staff, I'm not talking about hiring people in your country. So for example, if you're doing drop servicing and you live, let's say, in the UK, US, South Africa, you don't have to hire people next to you in your city and pay them a lot of money. That doesn't work like that, guys. You still hire people from India, Bangladesh, and similar kind of countries where the living standards are actually much lower. Like this guy, for example, is from India. That's why he's able to offer these much lower rates. Okay. And also, guys, another website we're going to talk about very, very soon, that is going to be about hiring. So I'm going to show you, don't worry, I'm going to show you where to find people looking for full-time positions, because this guy is working with all kinds of different clients. Look, 41 orders. This guy is not suitable for being hired full-time, but I'm going to show you where to find these people for full-time work very, very soon. Now, here's the thing, guys. So we just discussed this niche: paid ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, LinkedIn ads, very, very suitable for a drop servicing agency model. Website development, very high margin niche, also very, very suitable. Now, when it comes to video editing, it could work, but you need to focus on high value niches. And also, I don't think YouTube video editing is very, very suitable for a drop servicing agency model. If you're doing video editing, I would focus on partnering up with businesses and editing their videos. For example, editing their content. So let's say a restaurant hires you as their content editor and also uploads their Instagram, really manage their social media profile, but also edit those videos. So for example, that restaurant could be a luxury restaurant, or it could be a hotel, or it could be a real estate agent, but somebody who is able to pay you at the very, very least $1,000 per month. Okay, at an absolutely bare minimum. Now, you will want to be paying maximum of $300 to fulfill this. So your profit as a very, very basic should be $700 per month per client. Okay. I'm telling you guys in most of my videos that your margin in drop servicing should be 60 to 70%. Okay, so as I said, from 1,000, if you fulfill a service at $700, then your margin is pretty high. For example, in this example, look, 1,000 paid by the client, 500 paid to supplier. Your margin is basically 50%, so not very high. And here we're talking about 70% margin. It's more like it, especially for an agency model. But there is actually one very good thing about video editing, and that is the recurring nature. The same with social media management, especially ads. You know, in video editing, there is a recurring nature in many cases. Usually somebody who needs video to be edited, they need more videos to be edited again. Okay, unlike web design and unlike, let's say, graphic design. Let's say you make a logo for somebody, you know, you may just make that logo for once and that's it. That project is done. You know, you got your revenue now, but, you know, nothing is going to happen in the future. Or maybe you're going to get a referral or another order 1 or 2 years down the line. Okay, but there is no recurring nature. In video editing, as I said, if your client is paying you at least $1,000, it is worth considering as an agency model. But below that, you're better off to sticking to web design category, this category. And finally, the final category from this list that is very suitable as a drop servicing agency, that is SEO. Okay, with SEO is actually a very mystical thing. A lot of clients and a lot of people, general public, have absolutely no idea what SEO is, how it works, and how it should be priced. Because SEO could cost you $50, right? Or it could cost you $5,000 or $10,000 or $50,000 per month. Yes, I'm being for real, guys. I know companies paying tens of thousands of dollars every single month on their SEO because they want to beat their competitors. They want to be at the top of Google in their niche, and they're paying thousands of dollars every single month, year after year, to agencies to actually write articles about them, generate legit white hat backlinks into their website. You know, writing articles, generating backlinks with, you know, exact keywords pointing to their website. Not only that, they're also paying a bunch of money for people to fix their on-site SEO so it has a sitemap, so it has the right text on their website, so it has the right keywords on the website, so the page structure is right. You know, guys, there's so many nuances when it comes to on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I've worked in this industry. I have a good understanding. I'm not an expert in SEO, but I really well understand this niche. And with drop servicing agency model, you can totally go into SEO niche. Now, guys, here's the thing. As I said, I know a lot of companies paying a lot of money for SEO, but I'm not saying that just about anybody can get thousands of dollars from a company paying for SEO. You have to be good. You have to demonstrate your results. So realistically, as a beginner, if you find a local business that wants SEO to be done on their website, I'm talking currently about both on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Basically, on-page SEO is what happens on your website, right? And you can talk about things like structure, you can, everything that happens on the website itself. Texts, keywords, page structure, links within pages, broken links and stuff like that. All of this can be fixed, and usually it's a one-time fix. So you fix everything, the structure is good, on-page SEO is sorted out. With off-page SEO, as I just previously described, it really doesn't end. You can always have more backlinks, you can always have more articles written about you, and you know, your page rank will grow and grow and grow as you have more and more reputable backlinks. Okay, so that service, the off-page SEO and generating backlinks, white hat backlinks, it is actually a very sustainable business model because usually it is quite expensive. Now, what do I mean by that quite expensive? It is not uncommon to charge between 3K to around 5K per month for off-page SEO, backlink generation, and writing articles and linking from those articles into a particular website. It is not uncommon, okay? And what is the cost of actually doing that? What is the cost? Because, in here you understand that if somebody is going to be writing articles, right, and presumably is going to be somebody from Fiverr, so let's say off-site SEO. Let's just type this in and see what people are offering here. I will create white hat page backlinks on high domain ranking sites. Guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look, so you understand that I know, this industry inside out. I really, really understand how this stuff works because I personally paid thousands of dollars to a very, very good SEO agency, and I worked with them for around a year. So I understand how extremely good agencies work. Now, here's the thing, guys. Let's see what this lady is talking about. So essentially, she, for example, here, she's showing some stats. Let's wait until this loads. I have started working on a bookstore company based in Canada 6 months ago. They were taking our monthly SEO plan on subscription based. Okay, so she is showing some results. As you can see, that everything is starting to go up. She is also showing that the traffic is actually up. Most of the locations are Canada. She said that this client is in Canada. Very, very good. Very, very important as well. It is not just about bringing traffic to somebody's website when you are optimizing something for SEO. It is about bringing the right traffic. So presumably most people who are looking for this bus store company in Canada should be from Canada, unless they're tourists, right? But as you see, United States and Canada are the two countries that are really leading the searches. That's great. And as you can see, everything is going up. So all the stats are up. This looks really, really good. Let's actually check this out. Okay. I assume that they do this within a month. Okay, let's look at this one. Full on-page SEO and technical SEO off-page. Okay, again, this kind of seems like a longer gig, actually. 21 days delivery, here 3 days delivery. Okay, in this case, this basically is almost a monthly package. Okay, so this guy's an SEO specialist running this company. He has 13 members. So this guy, for example, also 100 backlinks and domain rating 50 to 75 plus. So it's talking about off-page SEO and backlink analysis. Again, $350. You could be reselling these services, all of them around $300, as I said, at around 5K. Okay, 3 to 5K. As a complete beginner, maybe you should be doing it at 3K per month, minus 350, that's 2,650. Minus, let's just say, additional 350 for management and stuff like that, because as I said, guys, we're going to need to have a manager if we're running this as a agency, okay? Because if we're going to have complexity, if we're going to work in niches like SEO, we're going to have complexity, guys. $2,300 essentially you can make from just one niche. This is, guys, very, very good. So guys, to sum up, when it comes to drop servicing niches for an agency model, as I said, we want to be focusing on 3 niches: web development and design, search engine optimization, and social media management. But I'm talking about paid social media management, talking about Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads. All of the other niches that you see on here, these are like the main categories, really do not have the required margin to be run at scale. Maybe video editing, you could make it work. I don't think copywriting has enough margin, or it's going to be super difficult to get clients. The same with content writing, it's kind of similar. Guest blogging, again, nobody's paying you, 2, 3, 4, 5K per month for guest blogging. And again, graphic design is kind of difficult to get very large projects. But web design, social media management, and search engine optimization, it is definitely possible, guys, to get $2,000-$3,000 clients. So in this video, I'm not going to be talking about how to get drop servicing clients for a drop servicing agency model, but all I'm going to tell you guys that I have a bunch of videos on my channel when it comes to finding clients for drop servicing. I've got around maybe 5 or 6 videos already. One of them is a 3-hour video, which also currently has the most amount of views on my channel. I think currently it has around 12,000 views. It's over 3 hours of content talking about how to find drop servicing clients. So go on my channel and watch that video, and also watch all of the other videos that are talk about how to find drop servicing clients. The exact same strategies apply to the drop servicing agency model. Just one thing, guys, as I said, you have to remember, we need to be focusing on web design niche, SEO niche, and running Google ads, basically SMMA model. These 3 niches is what you need to be focusing on in order to get clients. And your client needs to be paying you at the very, very least $1,000 per month, with you making at least $700 of profit, right? This is absolutely the minimum, okay? But ideally, it is more. Ideally, between $2,000 and $3,000, okay? At that point, this can become scalable because let's say you have a client which is paying you $3,000. You pay your supplier, let's say $400. Let's just be realistic, okay? You have a supplier who is going to be working for you full-time on just your projects. Let's say the supplier is from India, Pakistan, Philippines, and similar kind of countries. $400, very, very normal salary in those countries. A lot of people are working for these kind of salaries. Maybe not those working in the capital cities, but people working in smaller cities are absolutely happy with $400 per month, right? And then you need a little bit of money to account for the fact that you're going to have, of course, some other costs, and also you're going to have a manager who's going to be overseeing all that process. Let's take away another $400. So if you have just one client per month paying you $3,000, you're going to be profiting over $2,000 per month with just one client. So guys, you see the power of having high-paying clients. Okay, I'm not saying it's easy to get these clients, but I'm just saying, guys, if you want to go for the drop servicing agency model, not doing it on your own individually, you simply have no choice but to work with high-paying, high-ticket clients. You simply cannot work on certain niches, right? You're limited to working on high-value niches. And also, as I described, you kind of have to have an incorporated business. You kind of have to have, your business information, like basically your company registration, registered address, and probably you're going to have some kind of a contract, because nobody's going to be wiring you $3,000 every single month without you having some kind of a contract. You can have that contract on DocuSign, for example. You don't have to have like a paper-based contract, DocuSign, right? This is what I would use in your case if you need to sign clients with contracts, right? So these are paid plans, okay? You have to pay for this, right? But this service is a leading service, and a lot of drop servicers are using that. So as an agency, you kind of have to have a contract. You can't just rely on emails and agreeing some prices in an email, because if somebody is paying you $3,000 per month, that's essentially $36,000 per year, okay? For example, for managing their let's say ads, they're not going to pay you that unless they have a written contract which has your name, which has your company information, which has your registered office, and also their obligations and your obligations. So this is the difference of working in this as an agency. You have to be in high margin niches. And guys, the final thing, which is super important in the drop servicing agency model, is of course hiring people. I was talking about this a couple of minutes ago, that this freelancer is not going to be freelancers from Fiverr in most cases. because on Fiverr, most of these people, they're working with multiple clients. Let's look at a couple of these suppliers. For example, okay, let's open this one. 3 orders in the queue. It's just a random ad, but just to illustrate my point, this guy right now on just this one listing is working with 3 clients. God knows how many different listings he has. He probably has more listings. And so maybe he's working with 10 clients at the same time. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. How to prevent this guy from working with other clients? On Fiverr, it's almost impossible. Most people, even if you message them like this, contact me, and you say, I'm looking to hire you full time, they're going to give you a huge, huge rate. Or they're going to say, yes, I'm going to work for you full time. But in the background, they're going to work with another 5 clients. Because people who are on Fiverr, they've been doing it for a while. They have good feedbacks. They're going to get more and more orders. You know, they have opportunity cost. Unless you pay them 5K per month, yes, they can work on just your projects. But if you're not paying them that much, they are going to be working on other clients' work. So guys, the thing here is your freelancer. Ideally, if you want to grow this into a dropsizing agency model, ideally your freelancers should be employed by your company or you personally full time. Now, when I'm talking about full time, I'm not talking about them sitting in your office. We're talking about virtual workers here, okay? Now, here's the thing, guys. The best countries to hire from, in my experience, are India, Philippines. Okay, these 2 countries. Now, why is that? Well, first of all, I'm biased because I worked with a lot of people from India and also worked with a lot of people from Philippines. That's why I'm biased. Okay, so I worked with these kind of people, so I know there's a lot more countries in the world where there's a lot of brilliant people who could be delivering excellent work at excellent prices. But in my experience, Philippines and India, people are very, very good. A lot of video editors from India are absolutely talented. Very, very, very good video editors. Also, the good thing about people from India and Philippines, both of these people actually speak very, very good English. Now, when you go on Fiverr, you're not going to find that many people from Philippines on here, but also you're going to find a lot of people from Pakistan, Indonesia, and similar kind of countries. Now, here's the thing, guys. In my experience, you want to work with people from India and Philippines because their English language is very good. And this is very important because once you have more clients, right, especially, let's say, in the complicated niches like web development, search engine optimization, or ads, you know, the English language starts to really matter, right? For example, with video editing, if you make a mistake, you make a typo, it's easy to fix it. You can send it to them and say, look, you just made a typo, please fix it. That's fine. With running ads, you cannot really make that many mistakes. If you run an ad and spend 5K on that ad and there are grammatical mistakes inside the text, that's not going to be a good look to show to your client. And also, potential people who are watching the ad might be turned off. They're going to be like, you know, if somebody created this ad, they can't even, you know, write a proper ad, you know, that's going to be a problem. And when we're talking about search engine optimization, the same thing. The level of English of your suppliers has to be spot on. Because here's the thing, guys, you know, if they're writing articles linking to your client's website, you know, and really making that backlink, you know, the text on that article has to make sense and has to be, you know, a very good, decent article in order for Google to really associate those 2 pages and put some weight on this article. Guys, this is super important stuff. Equally with web development, you know, if there are typos on web development inside the code or on the website, on the homepage, if you make a typo, this is a really bad look. Now, here's the thing, guys. In this case, as I said, hiring full-time people doesn't mean that you hire people and you have a job contract. It's not like you're hiring an employee, you have to pay their social insurance and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that hiring, okay? We're still talking about hiring people from abroad in countries that have completely different laws and stuff like that. So most people that are hired as freelancers on a full-time permanent basis are working without a job contract. So the way it works, even if you hire somebody from abroad, let's say from Philippines, on India, on a permanent full-time basis, that person essentially just works as a freelancer. Well, you might have some kind of a contract. If you want, you can enforce them to sign a contract, but that contract is not going to be very enforceable, because if, let's say, you're in the US, South Africa, United Kingdom, wherever, right, you made a contract for somebody who is in India or Philippines. If this person, for example, leaves the job, leaves the position without any notice or whatever, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to go after this person. Like, this person lives thousands of miles away from you. Like, surely you're not going to do anything, okay? The same thing happens on the other side. If, for example, one day you see that your freelancer is not really required anymore. For example, you no longer have SMMA clients. Now you focus on web development clients, and you have an SMMA specific person in your agency who is just getting paid every single month, and you're just not giving enough work for this supplier. You can just politely say, sorry, I'm giving you, let's say, 2 weeks or 4 weeks notice, whatever, and I'm gonna be basically letting you go because simply I just don't have enough work. I just don't make money. So you can just let them go. And these things, guys, do happen. Of course, I really don't support letting people just cold turkey, just calling them up and just be like, you know what, from tomorrow you're not working. Ideally, you're giving them a notice because they need to find another position. So this is super important. But guys, don't be afraid of thinking, oh, I need to hire somebody full time. Gosh, this is crazy. I need to pay their social insurance. I need to put their salaries through the payroll. I need to pay their holiday pay. I cannot fire them easily. No, I'm not talking about that, guys. In the US, in the local jurisdiction where you live, that's how the law about employment actually works. In most countries anyway. But when you're hiring somebody from thousands of miles in another part of the world, they work online, usually there is either a verbal contract or some kind of a contract, but realistically, it's not very enforceable. You just pay the money, the freelancer does the work, then you pay the money again, freelancer does the work, and then when either of one of you guys don't need each other, the contract terminates, you agree to part ways, and that's it. Usually the notice is, as I said, 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's not a very long notice. It's not like you hire somebody and you say, you know what, you're going to be working for 1 year. And then if you don't have, any work, you actually keep paying for 1 year. No, usually that doesn't happen, guys, in these kinds of scenarios. Now, what I'm saying, guys, right now, I was just talking about Fiverr, that it's not easy to hire people for full-time work from Fiverr. It's actually extremely difficult. So the places where I would be hiring people for full-time work would be this website and also Upwork. Okay. On Upwork, you can post a posting. Okay, so you have to create an account, right? And you can post a post that I'm looking, for example, for a full-time SMMA or Google Ads manager to work full-time on just my projects. That's it. Nothing else on just my projects. You have to write the rate, and that's how it works, guys. And people will apply to you, but you have to write it in the advert that you're not looking for one-time project. You're looking for somebody to come join your team, and you're essentially building a team. That's also another reason why drop servicing agency model is different from running drop servicing on your own. And this website, Online Jobs page, I've used it loads of times. It's absolutely brilliant. And on this website, most of the people are from Philippines. So if you pay around $400 to $500, you can find people like SEO experts for full-time basis, Shopify developers, WordPress developers, Google Ads people, and similar kind of workers. And they're gonna work full-time. Because the difference on this website is most people are looking for jobs on here. This is a job board, okay? This is really not like Fiverr, where most people, they're essentially looking for one-time gigs. On here, the mentality of people, they're coming to a job board. Okay, they're looking for a full-time position. I've actually hired several people on this website. At some point, I had, I believe, around 13 or 15 people working from Philippines on my projects, and at one point, okay, and I had a manager there because I needed to manage these people. It was kind of crazy, So if you have 13 or 15 people working full time, you do need a manager. At that point, you're for sure a drop servicing agency. So guys, this website is absolutely definitely very, very useful. And as I said here, people speak very good English from Philippines. They're loyal. They work really well. They're smart people. And also the rates are, of course, very low because most of these people are not from Manila, which is the capital. They're from all kinds of small cities. That's why 400 to 500 bucks is a very acceptable rate for them. And as I said, guys, if we're charging, let's say, 2,000, let's say 500 from a client, minus 500, minus 400 for your manager, you're leaving a massive profit in your company every single month. It really just about getting clients, guys. And these virtual workers, you can build a huge team. Okay, so you can have, for example, 5 or 10, or as I said, I had at some point around 13 or 15 people working for me full time on a permanent basis. I was paying them consistently every 2 weeks, actually, I was paying them, not every month. So every 2 weeks, because they wanted to have money sooner. So you could have 15 people working for you on just your projects. The benefits of that is if you get a project, for example, a new web design project, new SMMA project, new SEO project, you can get started working with them instantly. You just get the requirement from the client. You actually write to your freelancer who is on a standby, looking to work on whatever you need because they're not working on any other client's projects. If you found this drop servicing tutorial helpful, but you still need some help, you have some doubts, you have some questions, and you need some customized one-on-one advice when it comes to starting drop servicing as a single individual or as a drop servicing agency, drop me an email here because I have a 3 months one-on-one drop servicing mentoring. Currently, a lot of people are mentoring with me right now. People from US, from India, from Malaysia, from United Arab Emirates, from all kinds of different countries around the world are mentoring with me right now. And I'm helping them to grow their drop servicing businesses. If you want to learn from somebody who has the biggest and the most established YouTube channel when it comes to drop servicing, the most active channel who is posting videos every single week on drop servicing, I'm the only channel on YouTube who is doing that every single week for the last year. So thanks for watching this video. Drop a like for the YouTube algo, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.